Hello from the original father-son voiceover podcast studios. Hudson here, Dad across from me, and John on the couch. Johnny on the spot, as I like to say. Well, we're doing our numbers. What?
You did that in the last video,
Did I really? It's been a trying week for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to that and my numbers after we get to John's numbers here from VOMP. But welcome, as I said. If you just came from our Todd's tips, we hope you're hanging on to whatever hair you had.
Hair on fires.
Anyway,
That's okay.
we're going to do our numbers. So, Johnny, let's start with VOMP.
All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, this has been a fast week for me for whatever reason. Monday and Tuesday were the last of February, correct?
Correct.
They were.
So that plays it quite a bit into when we send out. Joe finished up the remaining. So he sends out a few times throughout the month for each person so that there's multiple chances. We don't just send out, if you send out 100 emails, he doesn't just send it all out in one day. It's so that you get multiple opportunities. It seems to be helpful to do that.
Staggered, kind of.
Staggered, yeah, so that there's different opportunities, catch them on maybe a different day, whatever. And so also at the end of the month, Todd's assistant, Andy, I'm starting to do digging from new clients, new video production companies as well.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
And
getting our database,
keep
filling
building
out
it.
Adding more.
Yeah.
Keep adding more. And Andy is also doing that throughout the week. And he also keeps track of the unsubscribes that we get because we want to make sure that we're staying above board. So we have that at the bottom. And then he sends those to us at the end of the month. We clear those out of our database. And then he also gets if undeliverables. So if there's somebody that's left the company, he goes to that website and finds a new one. So we get all these changes at the end of the month. And that takes a while because we have over 18,000 now contacts. And so we have to go through each one and delete and make sure that it's clear because we want to make sure that the emails that we're sending out are legitimate and that we lower the chances of. We want to know where they're going and making sure that they're getting the best opportunity to going in the inbox and all that kind of stuff. So, all that being said, it's a really busy time and it ends up being a little bit, if it falls like on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, the new month, it can be a little busy. I'm saying all that just for your information. So we didn't send out near as much this week because we finished up in February and we'll start sending out in earnest next week. You'll obviously get your amount for the month of March that you pay for.
It's just how
the cookie crumbles, if you will.
It's just how it is.
So we got 27 warm responses and 11 confirmed auditions. I know that sounds kind of weird saying that, but Joe's been away a little bit today. And so there was a couple that I think are auditions, but I just want to confirm that and just add it just because.
We also know that people are busy. And so
Yes.
sometimes when you ask people to report,
Correct.
They don't get the time
Correct.
or they forget. We all do
we
that.
get it on Saturday or whatever.
There's
so
always more.
We got one reported job from the VOMP group, and then you received one. So Mike Stout received one, and then Todd Barsness. So we're including those just because we consider these both Todd and Hudson a part of VO Marketing Pro. So those are the confirmed jobs that have been reported as of today. So,
Well, thanks. Maybe what we can do is I'll do my numbers and you can do yours quick, and then mine won't be very fast. Mine won't take very long, and then we can get to the topics that we.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, my week. Like I said, so I'm going to start off with this. My biggest income getter this week was Fiverr.
Wow.
Why?
Shocking.
Yeah, it is. And that's not a good thing. When Fiverr is my top dog,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making much money. So anyway, 2 warm responses, 1 audition. Hope to hear back from that soon. 0 jobs, 0 new clients, 1 job on Upwork for $40. And then I had 3 jobs on Fiverr, 1 for $10, 1 for $17, and another for $40. Yeah. And then I did 11 hours of editing for Dad because you got bombarded
with long form
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, this was a long form.
So you probably had a really
week.
good week.
Yep, I did.
And so under my goal, but it's okay. $313.60
Yep. You're still
on the horse next week.
You're still above, and what you do is you just keep plodding along. You keep work your business plan, make it simple, and then work it. A simple plan that works, and then work it.
Well, and
that's what you're doing.
A few months ago, I think we said this is a little tongue in cheek, but this is why we give the numbers, is because we don't. Some weeks don't sound as good as the other ones, but that's
how
why
it
we give
goes.
them, because
Yeah.
that's what we want to be honest and open with what's going on, and that's just. I remember when you were starting out, Dad, having weeks like that, asking, we got a job this week? Nope, nothing this week. And
That's voiceover. Typically, that's voiceover in the first year or so. Just is until you start getting traction.
Speaking of that, I'm a month away from
2 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
We were just talking about how it's almost our year anniversary for the podcast. We got 4 more episodes.
Yep.
It's been a whole year. Anyway.
Yeah. So just keep plugging away.
I will. Yeah. And I'm not
Things will
discouraged.
happen, yeah.
It's just, I'm just joking kind of about Fiverr, because I don't usually do that well on Fiverr. So,
But it's
anyway.
the exact reason we started the original podcast was
And these
because,
videos.
it was because we wanted to chronicle not only my journey and my being transparent and open and accountable with what I make each week, but Hudson just starting out. And we want to hopefully encourage everybody who might have had a tough week or might have a tough week next week, because that happens. You ride the roller coaster a bit. So anyway, my week's totals: Fiverr, $1,171.60. 0 on Upwork. I only did a couple of auditions, and I don't think I got them. I don't know what's going on. And then, but like Hudson said, whenever Hudson has a lot of editing, you can almost figure that I had a pretty good week. My direct email marketing was $6,401. So I had a total of $7,572.60. $7,572.60 for my week. So now what do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Go ahead, Johnny. You've got the floor.
Well, I think we've said it before, but our roster, we're starting to get more and more traction with. We're making cold calls. Drew's doing that for us. He's good at those. He's worked customer service and that kind of stuff for a long time and doesn't mind doing that. And we're also sending out the emails, and then you've gotten some referrals from you. Our goal is to build out that so that we get people that come back consistently, and we're starting to see that. It's still a fairly young roster, but we have people that come back to us, and they'll look at the roster itself and maybe pick somebody out. But a lot of times they'll contact Joe and say, this is what style voice I'm looking for, and they'll ask us for several samples. So anyway, that's exciting to see it. But it is still fairly young, so we're building that out.
I like our roster.
I do too.
I like our roster. In fact, I just wrote a template that my assistant Andy sends out on behalf of me for the roster, communicating, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. People ask me for referrals. I've got a roster now that I can refer to, and it's you guys that are in part of our roster, VO Marketing Pro. And I like it because, sure, you don't have 2 million voices. That's what voices.com says, 2 million voices.
Not me.
But all of those voices aren't vetted. All you got to do is look around a little bit. Just pick out a name, pick out Bob and search on voices.com, and pages and pages of Bob will come up. Some of them are great. Some of them, sound like they're in a tin can recording. And so you've got to vet all those. Those are people that are, if you go there and send out your audition, you get 150, 200 replies, and you got to sort through those. Not on our voice roster. These are industry pros. They make good money. They got pro demos. They're there. They're ready to serve you. They're not flaky. They're highly communicative. They've been in the industry for a long time. Maybe I said that, but that's why I like our.
And you can talk to Joe. You can talk to a live.
Well, yeah, exactly. When you go, yeah, exactly.
Who will help
point.
you pick if you don't have a good idea.
Exactly. Yeah. Voices.com. You can call customer service, but you're going to at least get an automated thing to start out. Not here. You're going to get Joe Barsness or John Barsness pick up the phone, and we're going to be speaking to video production companies, audio, companies, different things like that around the world. So all that to say, I like the voice roster. I know you guys are promoting it a lot. It's just like your voiceover business. It's just like direct email marketing. You've got to push the boulder up the hill, and that's what we're doing. So we're having to practice what we preach, not only for you, but for our direct email marketing and our voice roster.
It's very young.
Yep.
So, we appreciate all that. We're trying to get work, more and more work that way. So just be patient with us and stick in there, as like you Dad said, with direct email marketing, and we'll keep trying to. We have that goal in our minds, and our meetings that we have every Saturday. We talk about people that are coming back to us. We've got, a simple present from one of the companies that's worked with us a couple of times. They've appreciated Joe's work, but then obviously all of your work on there, the different people that they've been able to work with. And so that's great to know that at least we'll be, they will be coming back to us and asking for voices, and we're building that out. And so, it's going well, but it's young, and we're going to keep working on it. So that was one of the things that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I just, when we say in Todd's tips or on this that you just have to keep working hard, and Hudson has a bad week, and so we say, we'll get a good plan that works and then work that plan. Well, we're having to put our money where our mouth is with Hudson's business and with our direct email marketing business, VO Marketing Pro, and our voice roster. It's all just we're babies. I mean, our voice roster is a baby voice roster, not the people on it, but it's just young. No. And so we're just kind of pushing that boulder up the hill. So those of you who are on the roster, we appreciate the good, hard work you do. We appreciate the fact that you're professional. You get back with us. You're flexible, whatever that means for you. You're flexible with your prices, and we appreciate that. And we appreciate you growing with us. So,
yeah.
I was just going to say that. It's funny because, like you talked about that plan, simple plan that works, and keep working it. Mm-hmm. The way that I've made $313.60 this week, I made $3,200 back in November of last year in a week. So it's just kind of funny how sometimes that you just keep, because you know that you've done that, you just keep doing it, right? Because that's what it can be and better. So just continuing to, and I was gone to Michigan, so I missed 2.
That's right. I forgot about that. You missed
almost 2 full
Monday
days.
and Tuesday.
So, but
this last
that's
week.
all right.
Yep.
We'll jump right back on the saddle.
Yep.
Ride that Bronco. I that's fine with me. I mean, the voice roster, I don't know if you want to have something else, but I'm good with talking about that.
No, we appreciate people, we've talked about sticking with it when it comes to direct email marketing, and we just covered that with the voice roster, but the same with that. We understand that there's lots of people out there some people are doing this part-time, some people are doing this as a hobby, some people are doing this full-time, whatever. But if you want it to work, you gotta put in the time, and that it takes time. It's going to take time to build that, and you got to be patient with yourself, and also that's why we say it a lot, but practice that hybrid approach.
I talked to one guy, I won't even give his name, but he knows who I'm talking to. I talked to him this week. He's trying to do 100 direct email marketing touches himself each week. Mm-hmm. And then we're doing 200 for him, 600 a month.
Yep.
600 a month. That's more than I did in my first couple of years. Mm-hmm. And so that's going to pay off. I was telling him in our Zoom call, I said, just outfish everybody else. Mm-hmm. What I mean by fishing is just keep your poles in the water, keep as many in as you can, keep sending direct email. Fishing being marketing. Just fish and fish and fish, and don't give up. And when everybody else goes home because the fish aren't biting, or because they get tired, or they try something else, you hang in there and keep fishing, and just outwork the competition and outlast the competition.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. It kind of whatever you do, whether you decide to do things on platforms or agents or direct email marketing or LinkedIn or whatever, it's so much just putting in the time. It's so much just,
Yeah, and again, we don't, for whatever reason, if it isn't working in your mind, you've got to do what's best for your business. It's none of our business. But if you really want to prove that direct email marketing works, you gotta stick with it. And
You got to
so-
give it a real shot.
Yep.
You can't just
Yep.
say, I'm going to try it. I'm
Yeah,
going to try it out.
we've had a couple people leave. To be honest with you, they've left and they've said that they're successful on their own with
Great.
that's great.
Yep.
Because they're doing it. And
I can't think of a Zoom meeting where I do the onboarding where I didn't say, I think you can do this yourself.
Yep.
Because they can. If you get to the point where you're making 80, 90, 100,000 and you just don't have much time anymore and you want to outsource it, then hire an assistant or make us your assistant. Then it's always going on. And that's what I liked about hiring an assistant is I knew that Andy was going to be doing it rain or shine Monday through Friday for 12 hours every single day and week and 52 weeks out of the year. And I was going to be fishing.
Yep.
So, but like I've said before too, that was in 2015. For the next 2 or 3 years, I did fishing too on my own. I was always doing hybrid approach.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
You know what I say about this numbers segment? I don't want to have a week like that again. I'm going to rip that
okay.
up and
Stirring it up.
Hudson totally
Well, that's
shreds.
good. Yeah.
That can be the name of it so we can get some clicks.
Thank you for watching our numbers. Thanks, Dad and John, for showing up and doing these with us. Me, I should say. And thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to check out our podcast, that's a little bit more lighthearted, then you can check it out on Wednesday. So we'll see you then.